Welcome to the show. Welcome to our favorite show. Welcome to the show. Welcome to the show. Welcome to the show. The Mr. Marty Show. Well, I'm feeling mighty glad. This show is about dads. Dads are important beings. Yeah, dads work hard, but dads have feelings. We uncover this, don't you know? On the Mr. Marty Show. Come on, Bertie, sing. The Mr. Marty Show. Mr. Marty Show. Mr. Marty Show. Yeah, the Mr. Marty Show. The Mr. Marty Live action on the Mr. Marty Show. Bang!
Makes no sense at all. A swan song wasn't part of the deal, was no curtain call. Given no choice, given no stand, everything was sweet. Pay no attention, it's far away, it ain't coming to your street. The suffering we feel today brings us to our knees. A new wind is blowing, bringing the disease. Wasn't long ago we were in the dough, now all bets are off. Who could tell it would go to hell over some little cough? Those in charge are pointing their fingers from 6 feet away. Soon we'll all feel the sting and be 6 feet in the clay. Oh, the sadness of this moment puts them ill at ease. An ill wind is blowing from sea to shining sea. The world is small, yet how large a loss. When a hungry man can change the world, can calculate the costs. One nation under virus, one world soon becomes. If one world don't act like one world, looks like one world is done. Tragedy or triumph, our story still unfolds as we huddle in our houses and hear the ill wind blow. Tragedy or triumph, our story still unfolds as we huddle in our houses and hear that ill wind blow.
Mr. Marty fans, happy Father's Day to all the dads out there, especially to my father. His name is Patrick Huffman. One of the most important lessons he taught me was about heartbreak, that your heart doesn't really break, it just bruises and it heals and prepares itself for more love. And with the upcoming holiday of the 4th of July approaching, I thought it was appropriate to discuss his take on holidays. Being raised Catholic, Christmas and Easter were always obviously very important to us, but 4th of July was the big holiday in our household, and no matter where he was in the world or is, we make sure to always celebrate it together by blowing up a lot of fireworks. And finally, he is a chocolate maker, so his biggest piece of advice is to always take some time and enjoy a piece of chocolate. Happy Father's Day, Dad. I love you.
Hi, Mr. Marty fans. I want to say Happy Father's Day to my father, Mike Gilmore. When I had my first child, I was very young and didn't have much life experience, let alone parenting experience. And among the collective advice that my father gave me was to show up. Show up every day for that child. And he has done nothing but lead by example in showing up. Long after my mom's father had passed, he's a fatherly shoulder to cry on. When my own children's fathers can't seem to find advice to give them, my father shows up to give them advice. My father shows up every day in every way and leads by example. Thank you, Dad, for always showing up for me. Happy Father's Day.
Hello, Polly Chase presenting artwork by Martin McCormick. There are many reasons to buy art. You might choose a piece for financial investment, or to put the finishing touch on interior decoration. You could buy work because it speaks to you, or you are a friend of the artist. And then there is art that you buy for the sheer fun of it. These pop art portraits in the Man and Dog series definitely fall into the fun category. Each acrylic on canvas measures 12 by 9. They can be purchased individually or as a complete set of 4. They are a playful testament to a companionship that stands the test of time and a vast wardrobe. Check out this painting and more of Marty's artwork on martinmccormick.com. You can also email me with your interests at martyfineart@gmail.com.
Hi, Mr. Marty friends. I want to introduce you to one of the field museum's friends. Maximo.
And what kind of dinosaur is Maximo?
I think it's a tyrannosaur.
No, a Titanosaurus.
Titanosaur.
Hello, my name is Timothy Kobaba, and I'm going to talk to you today a little bit about my father and how he influenced me. One of the greatest lessons I ever learned from him is that when you're great at anything, it leaves very little room to be good at anything else. My father was a great physician and is a great physician, but he wasn't a very good father, and he wasn't a very good friend, and he wasn't a very good family member. However, the older I got and became an adult, I realized that he influenced me so much more than I originally thought. When I was a kid, he used to take me on his airplane and take me up to EAA Air Show, which basically in the future, I didn't know this, but it influenced me to become a pilot in the Marine Corps, and I enjoy flying. And when I was 3 years old, he took me on a motorcycle from Texas to Chicago. Basically, he laid me on the gas tank, and I have fond memories of that. And now, my favorite hobby is riding around on motorcycles and going to some of the most dangerous roads there are and riding them on my bike. And another great influence my father had on me was education. I have 14 years of college. My dad said the one thing that they could never take from you was your education. And to go along with that, my dad was very into health and very much raised us in a healthy environment, always feeding us well, getting us chiropractic adjustments pretty much every day, making sure we were taking our vitamins and our vitamin D. So those are some of the greatest memories and influence I have of my dad. And now here I am, a chiropractor. Here I am, a motorcycle enthusiast, as well as I'm very into health. I work out all the time. I'm a pilot. I went into the military. My dad was a cop for many years before becoming a physician. So he was into that authoritative structure just like the military. And now, I can honestly say I understand why he did what he did when he was young and when he was raising us. And I love him. And he didn't do anything wrong. He did the best he could with what he was given. That's what I'm trying to do in my own life.
Mr. Marty needs your help for all the love it takes to make a show. It takes a lot of love to keep the show going. Please join those who have become enablers of the show and make a monthly gift of $100 or more.
Hi, Mr. Marty fans. Well, I want to wish a happy Father's Day for everyone out there. And I want to tell you a little bit about my dad. My dad was a geologist, and he got to travel all around the world giving lectures on geology. He also wrote books and a thesis that are still being learned today in the universities around the world. What I learned from my dad is not so much the things that he did perfectly, but the things that maybe he didn't do perfectly. I learned how I could take things that I didn't want in my life and I could change that around. My dad was compassionate for many, many people. He was good friends with many people around the world and was always there for them. Not so much for his family, but I learned that I need to be there for my family. I learned that as a lesson of what not to do. I learned from him to be friends, to hold people close, and to do things for the right reason. So I wish my dad, wherever he is, a very happy Father's Day. All is forgiven, and I love you very much. May there be peace in this world, and may it begin with me and with you. So, Ma Gilmore says, I bid you peace.
So this is a poem by Shel Silverstein. He was born in 1930 and he left us in 1999. I consider him a master of sentimental art. You know, if you ever just want your heart torn out, just grab a box of Kleenex and read The Giving Tree. Wow, such powerful stuff from him. He's a genius. This poem is called Daddy, What If? Daddy, what if the sun stopped shining? What would happen then? If the sun stopped shining, you'd be so surprised. You'd stare at the heavens with wide open eyes, and the wind would carry your light to the skies, and the sun would start shining again. Daddy, what if the wind stopped blowing? What would happen then? If the wind stopped blowing, then the land would be dry, and your boat wouldn't sail, son, and your kite wouldn't fly. And the grass would see your troubles, and she'd tell the wind, and the wind would start blowing again. But Daddy, what if the grass stopped growing? What would happen then? If the grass stopped growing, you'd probably cry, and the ground would be watered by the tears from your eyes. And like your love for me, the grass would grow so high. Yes, the grass would start growing again. But Daddy, what if I stopped loving you? What would happen then? If you stopped loving me, the grass would stop growing, the sun would stop shining, and the wind would stop blowing. So you see, if you want this old world to keep going, you better start loving me again. Again, you better start loving me again. You hear me, Bobby? You better start loving me again. You love me, Bobby? You better start loving me again.
Hello, Mr. Marty fans. I wanted to wish a happy Father's Day to my father, Scott Schultz. Thanks for being a great dad.
Dad, I was 5 when you carried me down the stairs, 5 a.m. We were heading out to Wyoming. You and Mom finally packed the van. Never ever said the words I love you, yet you were always very clear. Actions always are louder than words. When I said, Dad, I love you, you said, same here. Dad, I remember when I was worried about making a living with my guitar. You said anyone can make money, but know where to put your heart. You never ever said the words I love you, yet you were always very clear. Actions always are louder than words. When I said, Dad, I love you, you said, same here. Dad, I recall you were always working to support a wife and kids. Sitting late at night, getting the checkbook right, trying to keep it from running off the skids. You never ever said the words I love you, yet you were always very clear. Actions always are louder than words. When I said, Dad, I love you, you said, same here. I want you to know, Dad, how I love you so. He smiled and whispered, same here. You never ever said the words I love you, yet you were always very clear. Actions always are louder than words. When I said, Dad, I love you, he said, same here. You never ever said the words I love you, yet you were always very clear. Actions always are louder than words. When I said, Dad, I love you, said same here.
Hello, Mr. Marty fans. This is Mike, Mr. Ma Gilmore, and I would like to say a few words in tribute to my father, Roy Lynn Gilmore. Like many of his generation, Dad was proud of his military service. He was among the first troops sent overseas after Pearl Harbor and went to Australia, India, and eventually China to bolster the Flying Tigers operation after it was formally incorporated into the then Army Air Force. In his later years, he enjoyed going to the reunions and keeping alive the memory of that forgotten theater of war. Dad had been a Boy Scout in his younger years and served as a leader in the troop with my brother and I. I remember that some of the boys didn't have dads in the home, or their dads were unable to participate with the Scouts. So my dad became a mentor to them. I remember that even years later, these boys would always speak respectfully of my father and would recite words of wisdom which they had learned from him. So, thanks for everything, Dad. We know you are enjoying your well-earned rest. Happy Father's Day.
Thanks for watching the show. 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 On the Mr. Marty Show. Here's a big dinosaur head here. And some coral too. Some fossils here. And all these beetles. And the zebra too. On the Mr. Marty Show. I can't remember if the show was about hope, love, or kindness.
Father's Day?
Oh yeah, Father's Day. How can I forget? On the Mr. Marty Show.